When a casual viewer looks at a penalty in football, they might think, how hard could it possibly be to put the ball inside the goal? After all, the ball is so small, and you're standing pretty damn close to the goal as well. But you'd be surprised how difficult it is to actually score, because quite often do players miss by the smallest of margins, or even simply stopped by the goalkeeper alone. Add in the pressure, fatigue, and many other different mental factors, and you'll see it's not as simple as it seems. But what's even several magnitudes harder is scoring from a free kick. Yet somehow in the early 90s and 2000s, there was a Brazilian player who was scoring free kicks as easily as taking penalties themselves. As crazy as it seems, nearly half of the almost 200 goals scored during Juninho's career were all from free kicks. But as special as Juninho was, compared to the other legendary Brazilian footballers of his generation, he was just never able to outshine them. And the stories of his incredibly unique skill set have gone largely forgotten. A player who was truly one of a kind is today now only mostly remembered by Brazil and Ligue fans. So now I think it's time that we give his career a look and see just how good the free kick king of football was. Juninho Pernambucano was born in the city of Recife, Brazil. He and his family faced the difficult challenges of poverty at an early age. But despite the odds stacked against him, he possessed an almost insane love and passion for the game of football that would soon drive him to greatness. As a child, Juninho spent hours each day kicking a makeshift ball of cloth through the alleyways and crowded streets of his neighborhood. And with each touch of the ball, his love for the game grew stronger, and his skills naturally continued to develop locally, which would lead him to catch attention of scouts from his hometown professional club, Sport Recife. And at 13 years old, the young Juninho would get inspired by a particular player in Brazil named Marcelinho. And when he watched Marcelinho take free kicks, in his own words, it looked like the ball was dancing in the air. And ever since that day, Juninho would begin practicing free kicks of his own. In his brief time, he quickly became known as one of the young rising stars of Brazil, and the talent pool was much more competitive from that generation of Brazilian footballers. So Juninho was very much qualified of his own right. He would win 2 regional trophies for his club and was starting to gain reputation for his control with shooting the ball, but especially in dead ball situations like free kicks. And Juninho's reputation and skill would help him sign with Brazilian Division 1 squad Vasco da Gama at the age of 21, and that was where he really built up his reputation. Juninho's technique and accuracy were growing at an exponential rate, and every time there was a free kick near the box, opposition goalkeepers felt the same kind of pressure as if it were a penalty. That's because Juninho's free kicks were incredibly hard to stop. Juninho's knuckleballs were notoriously tricky and could fool any goalkeeper into making mistakes. Even beyond 40 yards, Juninho's free kicks were still a threat. Not only did his signature knuckleball already make it almost impossible to stop when it was on target, but Juninho was incredibly good at making the shot go on target. And he'd hit them with such precision, quality, and ferocity that goalkeepers couldn't do anything to stop them. But that wasn't Juninho's only skill, because while most players prefer to master one style of free kicks, Juninho was also incredibly good with adding spin to the ball, thus making insane curling goals as well. People would say that Juninho could look over a free kick wall and put the ball in the upper right corner with his eyes closed. His free kicks were so routinely class that you knew Juninho could do it in his sleep. And luckily, today's sponsor, Manta Sleep, can help you do the same. Okay, maybe not the incredible free kicks like Juninho, but definitely help you get some of the best quality sleep. Manta Sleep makes the world's best sleep masks and functional sleep accessories, fueled by the drive to enable better lives through better sleep and regular naps. Their sleep masks are designed with 100% blackout for a deeper sleep, soft, breathable, and durable materials so there's zero eye pressure on your eyelids or lashes, and infinitely adjustable for the perfect fit. And they have so many different ones based on your needs. Whether it be cooling or heating mask to help soothe the eyes, relieve sinuses, or alleviate stress, the weighted mask for a nice and snug feel, an aroma mask for the relaxing feeling, or even a silk mask for the nice touch. Manta Sleep has it all. Whether it be for traveling, on your lunch break nap, or even every night going to bed, Manta Sleep's masks are made to help you fall asleep faster and get better sleep. And they sent me their newest Manta Sleep sound, which is all the comforts and benefits of Manta's masks but with the added Bluetooth connectivity for you to listen to your favorite sounds podcasts or ASMR if you like falling asleep to sound just like me. So click the link in my description or use my code RAY to get 10% off the Manta Sleep Mask today. Thanks to Manta for sponsoring this video. But yes, Juninho's free kicks were special. Nobody else could really hit a free kick quite like he did. He was so good that various players like Andrea Pirlo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and even Gareth Bale have adopted Juninho's iconic free kicks in their careers. But it wasn't the only aspect of his game. Juninho was a standout Brazilian talent for sure, and his ball control was exceptional, allowing him to keep possession in tight spaces with quick feet and shifty maneuverability. His dribbling style helped him beat defenders with quick changes of direction and close control. This allowed Juninho to play as a very creative central midfielder, because paired with his dribbling and ball control was his accurate passing. Juninho was able to set up a lot of his teammates with pinpoint through balls, or creating key chances and assisting in the goal. And we can see this in the 106 career assists that Juninho would accumulate over the years. And his passing consistency was an arguably even bigger factor, as his delivery was consistently on point. And of course, if Juninho was known for his free kick accuracy, you might expect his shooting to be great. And you're exactly right. But more specifically, he was a dangerous threat from distance with his incredibly powerful and accurate long shots. Like looking at Juninho, you might not expect him to blast the ball like a prime CR7. But Juninho has scored some absolute worldlies in his career, scoring a total of 198 goals throughout his career. So 198 goals and 106 assists as a crafty playmaking midfielder is pretty damn good if you ask me. But what made him even better was his tireless work rate. The guy was like a workhorse on the pitch and kept running to help his team win back possession. Juninho was as complete of a midfielder as you could ask for, and in Brazil, he really made himself known. He was a crucial part in Vasco da Gama's attacking play, helping them win the 1997 and 2000 league title, the Copa Libertadores or Brazilian Cup in 1998, and the Copa Mercosur in 2000, which was basically like your South American Super League between the top clubs in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Chile, especially when he scored an absolute beauty of a free kick against Argentinian giants River Plate. And he was even playing with the legendary Raymar, yet still became a fan favorite for his incredibly unique skill set, even winning the Brazilian Silver Ball as one of the best midfielders in the league. Then finally, in 2001, Juninho made the big move to European League, all the way to France to play for Olympique Lyon. South America knew his name and knew what he was capable of, but now it was time to show Europe. Because if Vasco da Gama is where he earned his reputation, it would be in Lyon that he really showed his true potential. And Ligue 1 was quite different back then from what it is today. Because while PSG are the giants now, back then, Lyon were a dynasty, and Juninho was easily one of the most important factors in the greatest era of all time in Ligue 1, where he would help Lyon to 7 consecutive Ligue 1 titles, 6 consecutive French Cup titles, and 1 French Super Cup title. That's incredibly insane. His play in Ligue 1 was a testament to the Brazilian school of football. As soon as he stepped onto the pitch, Juninho's magic was apparent. With every touch of the ball, he weaved a tale of grace, leaving the defenders behind him and sending the fans into a frenzy. Juninho's skills on the ball were exceptional, and he was widely regarded as one of the best creative midfielders in the world. He had a remarkable ability to dictate play, set up goals for his teammates, and to pull the strings in the center of the pitch. But of course, again, in Europe, what really set him apart was his deadly accuracy from dead ball situations. His free kicks were truly a thing of beauty, a symphony of swirl and dip that left goalkeepers rooted to the spot. And it was during his time in Lyon that he really cemented himself as the undisputed free kick king. In Ligue 1, the opposing teams really did fear him, as every time Juninho stepped up to take a free kick, the stadium would fall silent and every eye was fixated on the ball. The way he scored those goals from outside the box really left both fans and commentators in awe, because in a match against PSG, Lyon's captain showed why he really was the best at what he does. And this match between PSG and Lyon was huge, because both clubs were in a tight race for the Ligue 1 title. At the time, PSG were leading the league and on track to win their first championship in nearly a decade. And this would have cut Lyon's 7-year dynasty short. And with Lyon trailing 2-0 in the second half, Juninho stepped up and took control. In the 68th minute, Juninho lined up for a free kick just outside the box, and with a powerful and precise strike, he bent the ball into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance. Suddenly, the stadium erupted, and the comeback was on. And with the game still level in injury time, Juninho stepped up once again, this time from an even more difficult angle, but with the same determination and masterful technique, bent the ball into the back of the net, completing an incredible comeback and making the fans go absolutely insane. And that win really shifted the momentum of the title race, and Lyon went on to win the Ligue title that season, which really helped their dynasty continue on for as long as it did. Juninho is also the club's second all-time goal scorers, scoring 100 goals in total, of which 44 were from free kicks, even becoming Lyon's all-time Champions League goal scorer with 18. Just absolutely ridiculous for a midfielder. But unfortunately, as good as Juninho was, he was never able to join the best of his generation and help them lift a World Cup trophy in 2002, which he would have 100% been included in alongside fellow legends like Ronaldinho and Ronaldo if it hadn't been for a knee injury that left him unable to play and left him largely forgotten by many. As he got older, he jumped around different clubs in Qatar, the MLS, and even went back to Vasco da Gama to end his career. But Juninho's influence on the game of football cannot be overstated. He was truly the king of free kicks and a player who elevated the art of free kicks to new heights.